Y'all, this thing is turned again. Is it vertical or horizontal for you? I'm supposed to be live right now, but I'm not sure I am. No, it's turned sideways. I don't know why this thing does this every time. Let me turn it because it's not going to cooperate the other way. Oh, goodness. And I've got the wrong tripod out here to put this thing on. I got to go get the other one, y'all, because it's not going to let me flip it back over to the way it was set. So let me go get the other tripod, and I'll get it right back out here. There's so many flies out here. I decided I was only going to cook the corn and my chicken on the grill, and then I'll probably come in the house. But let me grab this other tripod, because I think I can go set it the other way on here. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could grill in the house. My little buddies are here. Lucky and little Buddy. I don't know why it does that. They've made so many changes to YouTube that now, whenever and I purposely, the first thing I do is set it for horizontal every time, but every time it flips. So let me see if I can get this camera down a minute and get this tripod set up. Oh. Because this one has a thing that I can turn it either way. The other one doesn't. The part of it broke off. That is, if I can get it in here without disconnecting everybody. There's my buddy. There's little Buddy. Yes. I probably should get it a little bit closer for right this minute. Doesn't look like you're seeing it very close. How's that? And I've got my small one here so I can read your chats. I don't have to look at the screen over there to see the chat. Layaway. Hello, Susan. And I know Gladys was in here too. But let me get this grill going so it'll be heating up. I got my sauce here. And it's already hot because I had to mix my sauce up last night. I was getting my clothes out of the dryer. And I've already got my corn. All I did was shuck my corn, get the silks off of it, put a pat of butter in there and salt it, and then wrap it up in foil so I can cook my corn. I bought those 3 ears yesterday. It was only 38 cents a ear, but they were kind of small, which was kind of disappointing because I expected them to be bigger than that. Man, those acorns are still falling, and they sound harder and harder each time. But I got my chicken over here. Had it covered to keep the flies out of it. But like I said, I mix my sauce for my, to baste it, to barbecue it with last night, because you have to mix it up, make your own sauce, and then you marinate your chicken with it overnight, or at least for 3 hours. I went ahead and did it last night, and I didn't think to video that part of it because this is a live. I said I can't add that part to the live until it's over, so really no point in doing it. But I was trying to come up with the chicken that Kai suggested that I fix, and I don't know if it's this one or not. He gave me the name of it, and I looked up the recipe, and then I don't know what I did with it, but the only one I could remember was Huli Huli chicken, which this is it. So I'm not sure it's the one that Kai was talking about. I guess if he sees this video, he'll let me know. But I wanted to give you the origin on Huli Huli chicken. And I had to look up to see how it was pronounced because I didn't know if it was Huli or Hully or how you pronounced it, because it's Huli. But I printed this off, and it says Huli Huli chicken originated in 1955 when Ernest Morgado, a businessman from Honolulu, Hawaii, created a teriyaki-inspired marinade and barbecued chicken for a farmers gathering. The name Huli Huli comes from the Hawaiian word huli, which means turn, and refers to the method of cooking the chicken, which is to be turned quite frequently so it doesn't burn. Because there was sugar put into the marinade. Oh, I was going to give you, if anybody wants the ingredients for the sauce, and I don't really like the way this camera's set, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. If you got something to write on, I'll give you the list of the ingredients to make the sauce. And you only need 5 or 6 chicken thighs. I didn't have all chicken thighs. I had leg quarters. So I ended up with 3 chicken legs and 3 thighs, I think is what I ended up with. So you can use the thighs and the legs. It doesn't matter. But you use 1/2 cup unsweetened pineapple or passion juice, 1/3 cup soy sauce, 1/4 cup brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon sriracha sauce, 1/4 cup ketchup, 2 tablespoons fresh grated ginger. And I had to pull my ginger out of the freezer last night to grate it up because I ran out of my powdered ginger. I was just going to use powdered ginger, but I remembered I had put some ginger in the freezer, so I got some of that out. 1 teaspoon cumin, the cumin spice, 1/2 to 1 lemon juiced, or the juice from 1/2 or a 1 lemon. Depends on if it's a great big lemon, you may want to use half, or you could use all of it. If it's a small lemon, you definitely want to use the juice of the whole lemon. 1 tablespoon minced garlic, 1/4 cup chicken broth. And I just mixed up a cup of chicken bouillon in some water, and that was my chicken broth. And you can have green onions if you want, just to garnish your chicken when you get ready to eat it. But that's pretty much it. You put the marinade on your chicken. And then before you get ready to cook it, I got an ant or something here. But before you get ready to cook it, you need to take it out. And I've got it in a drainer to drain all the juice off of the chicken. But you can see it's really coated good with the marinade in there. There's a lot of spices and all that sauce is still all over it. So we're going to see how it turns out. It looks like it should turn out really good. And my thighs are pretty big. So, I mean, if you're on a budget, you can still make this dish. You can just get you a whole bag of those leg quarters. And use the chicken leg and the thigh. And it's a lot cheaper to buy it that way than it is to, and see, it did drip out quite a bit of that juice still. I get, is all that I just told you plain as day? Or do you have any questions about it? Wilson, so sorry, I'll pray. What happened to Wilson? Or some friend of his? I can't see the whole chat. Wonder if I turned it this way, if I could see all of it. Yeah, I think I can see the chat better if it's turned this way. Did you just come in on the live, McCool 21? Because I just went through the recipe with everybody. Or were you chatting and you didn't listen? I'll go through it again. First of all, you're going to need about 5 or 6 chicken thighs. And like I said, I didn't have all chicken thighs. I had some chicken leg quarters in the freezer. So I took 3 packages out, which give me 3 chicken legs and 3 chicken thighs. And they're pretty big pieces of chicken. So you don't have to have just thighs. It's best to use the dark meat because the breast would probably come out too dry. So I definitely use chicken legs or chicken thighs or a combination of both, like I'm doing. Okay, McCool 21, do you have something to write this recipe down on? And I'm going to turn it down kind of on low because I don't want it to burn. McCool, are you still with us? Well, they've not responded since I read that question about can you share the recipe. So I don't even know if they're still with us or not. But I got my other little thing here so I can read the chat. The flies are driving me crazy. Oh, we got Wilson, Jana, McCool, Grandma Teresa, Gladys, Connie, Miss Amanda. He took off. I mean, I had just went through the recipe for the sauce because I had to make it last night. Because I just marinated mine and let it set in the refrigerator overnight. And then I took it out this morning and put it in the colander to drain. And just covered it over to keep the flies out of it. Yeah, I was definitely going to share the recipe. That's the reason I brought the recipe out here with me. I didn't need it to cook the chicken. So how's everybody doing today? I finally got hold of most of my family. The ones in Atkinson, North Carolina, they are definitely without power. My sister-in-law had to go to get a generator. She has no cell service, no power, no nothing at her house. So she had to wait till she got to Lowe's, where they were waiting for a load of generators to come in. They were waiting for a load of generators to come in, and she was able to pick up service in the parking lot of Lowe's. So she went on Facebook. My brother's wife, she posted a message telling everybody that they're okay. For the most part, people in Atkinson are doing fine. There's a lot of flooding in the surrounding area. Their power has been out since about 5 a.m. Friday morning. She has no cell service, no nothing at the house, no power. So they were definitely counting on getting that other generator to, plug into. So we'll see. Evidently there's a lot of people in the line waiting for a generator. So she's not sure she's going to end up getting one. It just depends on if they run out of them or not. And my brother Donnie, he's in the same situation. He had to wait till he was in Lowe's parking lot waiting for the generator, and he did get one to have cell service to where he could even get on Facebook or anything to post a message that he's okay, but they are out of power and what the situation is. But he said you can get gas, you can get food, so that's a good thing. Now my brother in Mountain City, Tennessee is a little bit different story. He said he didn't have any service at his house, no electricity. He had to go toward Mountain City from his house because he's just outside of town to even get service. And that's when he messaged me. He said, I have no power, no cell service. He never said whether he made it into town or not, because I know a lot of the roads going into Mountain City are blocked. They're not passable. They're either flooded or broken down, or trees are across them or something blocking your entrance into town. But he said he's okay, so that's the main thing for right now. And he's also been out of power since Friday. My niece in South Carolina, the same situation, been without power since Friday morning, about 5 a.m. I'm sure they have a generator, because they're coming in and they know what can happen. The bad part about it is they predicted last night and early this morning that the water level was going to rise at least another 3 inches or more by this afternoon. So the flooding's not over. A lot of the drain off from the mountains and everywhere is just rushing down and making the water level higher. And all the destruction that's went on from this flooding and the hurricane, I bet it's going to be several weeks. I mean, 2 or 3 or 4 weeks before anybody's going to get power. There's just too much flooding. I mean, I don't see how they can get in there to fix anything. Yep. Well, you know, Biden has already declared North Carolina, the whole state, is a disaster zone. So they can get government aid, you know, government help or whatever they do in the disaster situation. And there's so many people dead. I mean, I've looked at videos and they say 53 people are dead. Then I go to another one, they say 63 dead, you know, and it's like, oh my gosh. My ex-husband, I called him this morning because he lives in Vale, North Carolina, which is about an hour drive from Mountain City, Tennessee. And he said, yeah, they're all flooded there, but his house is fine because the house is up on a mound like. I guess they built the property up before they ever built the house years ago because it's his parents' house. He inherited when they passed away. So the house is not in water. It's setting up to where, you know, the water drained off from it. So he's fine. The house is fine. But yeah, they are flooded everywhere. He has no power. Don't have any idea when power's coming back on. And like I said, it's probably going to be 3-4 weeks or more before a lot of people, most people, will even think about getting power. FEMA and Red Cross, yeah. What's going on with Wilson? He says, I'm in South Carolina now, last night, with my uncle now at the hospital. Oh no, that don't sound good. Got to turn this down some more. I want this chicken to cook and not burn. Because with that sugar marinade on it, you know, it's going to burn real easy. And the story behind Huli Huli chicken is the fact that Huli Huli means to turn. And that's what you have to do with this chicken. About every 3 or 4 minutes, you've got to turn it so it doesn't burn. And I guess that's why they call it Huli Huli chicken. My friend in Georgia said his power just came on. Oh, wow. But if y'all have seen any of the flood videos on YouTube from Tennessee, North Carolina, up around Boone, is, the whole town is completely underwater. Up around Mountain City, it's unreal. And the bad part about it, my brother can't even get on a television or get on YouTube or anywhere to find out what's going on around him. And I told him, I said in that last message I was able to send him, I said, I've never ever seen this much flooding and disaster and destruction in my whole life before that these 2 hurricanes have caused. What's going on with his uncle? I keep asking, but nobody's posting. Oh no, it's on life support. So sorry. Well, Wilson, we're going to pray. We'll just have to pray for your uncle and pray for you. Well, he's fortunate, Shelley, if his power just came back on. Because a lot of people, it's going to be a while before they have power. I'm going to have to move this chicken a little ways away from some of this fire. Maybe put my, I got my eyes full. Put my corn over there. Because you know, if you've ever grilled chicken, and you do leave the skin on it, if you've ever grilled chicken, you know what happens. That skin, the fat starts cooking out of the skin and it drips down in the fire or on the hot coals, and all of a sudden you got immediate flames. And that's what'll burn your chicken if you're not careful. But you don't put your marinade, start putting it on your chicken until it's almost completely done, and then you start basting it with your sauce. Yeah, but I'm so glad my sister-in-law and my niece and my brother was able to post messages back to me, generator, and keep their stuff so they don't lose all their food. My brother said he's got one generator hooked to 2 freezers and the refrigerator. And I guess he's got 2 generators. Woo, hot. I guess all that smoke is from the fat that already fell off that chicken. Yeah, but I don't know why I didn't think to bring out this little thing so I could at least read the chat without sticking my head right up to the camera. Water Life. Hi, Linda, got the recipe. Sounds great. I'm going to try it. Please move the camera closer so we can see better. Okay. I don't know where to put the camera, really. Guess I can change sides with some of this stuff. I won't need that. Watercliff, you must be new because I don't remember seeing your name before, but welcome. We always welcome new subscribers. Love to have you. But you're going to get grill marks on your chicken. There's no way around it, and you kind of want that. I'm looking over here to see how well you're going to be able to see it. That's a little better. But like the name says, you've got to constantly flip it over so it doesn't burn. What part of the country are you in, Watercliff? I know it's real hard, especially when you're trying to operate the camera and you're trying to do everything that's being videoed. It's a lot easier when you're stationary in one spot, but like when I'm videoing the yard and the garden and everything, it's real hard to keep up with everything and drag the camera around and that type of thing. Because I always find stuff I need to do while I'm doing the little garden tour. Let's see if that might work better here. I don't know. But there is my sauce. And keeping it here on the grill to where it'll kind of cook while the chicken is. Because I want it to be hot when I put it on my chicken. Watercliff, what part of the country are you in? Yeah, I've got 3 ears of corn wrapped up in tin foil. I seasoned it with butter and salt and then wrapped it up in aluminum foil, and it's on the grill. It cost me 38 cents an ear at Walmart yesterday. So I bought 3 ears. I said I'll eat one when I eat my chicken, then I can eat the rest of it this week sometime. Well, I guess Watercliff is still there. He's not responded, or she hasn't responded. Hi, Cindy. Well, I can't wait to try this chicken because I've never fixed Huli Huli chicken before. And I'm thinking that this is the one that Kai wanted me to fix. And he said it was so good. I'm going to have to take it off of the flames a little bit. I don't want it all to burn. Because it'll be hot enough in that oven or in that grill, even with it down low and off of the flame, that it's going to cook. It's like 250 degrees in this grill right now. Yeah, I'm thinking McCool must have left already or something. They're not responding to any of the questions that I asked. Cindy just got out of the shower. She says, grilling today. You're grilling or am I grilling? I'm grilling, I know for sure. And I did get the 1,000,001 acorn swept off my sidewalk. Grandma Teresa said, I'm just having leftovers. Well, I had leftovers for the last 2 days from that roast that I cooked. But I don't complain because I love that roast. It's so good. I was trying to show you, look, Lucky, see him way back there? He's laying down over there. I don't know where little buddy went. He took off. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I set this at horizontal every time. And then when I try to go live, it flips it. And it won't let it go horizontal, even though that's the way it was set. So it doesn't make sense. Now I go through StreamYard, it'll set it at horizontal and leave it there. But on YouTube, no, it won't do it. So I don't know what the problem is with YouTube. I guess they're trying to encourage people to go vertical, because a lot of people watch the videos on their phones, and it's better if it's vertical. You know, they can't always turn it sideways, but I guess it's better for it to be vertical like this for the phones and iPads and stuff like that. I wasn't quite ready to turn. Turn my corn a little bit so it'll cook all the way around. I don't want it just to burn on one side. It's a beautiful day to be out here doing this today, though. Wish y'all were here. Beef and noodles here. Hey, there's nothing wrong with beef and noodles. Yeah, and I don't even have the sauce on it yet. It was marinated in the sauce overnight. But you don't start putting the sauce on it until it gets almost cooked, and then you start basting it and turning it. Yeah, I'm grilling. It's Huli Huli chicken. And I hope Kai gets to see this, because he was the one that suggested that I make this Hawaiian chicken. And I think this is the one, because I couldn't remember the name that he told me. But I think this is it, because he said it was his favorite chicken. But it lives up to its name. I mean, you got to watch it, and you got to turn it like almost every minute or two, or it's going to burn. And there was another saying that went with Huli Huli. Huli Huli means to turn. And there was an old Hawaiian saying that if you have your hands up facing the sky all the time, you're never going to fulfill your dream. If you have your hands facing down, that means you're ready to go to work to accomplish your dream, and your dream will come true. Or so, that's pretty much what it says, but I don't have that part out here, so I wasn't sure. Now my corn's trying to burn. Let me see if I can get my corn. I'll put it up here, because it gets hot up here too. It's just not going to be on the flame. Yeah, I mean, you don't want the breast for this, because those are the most expensive cuts for chicken. You only want thighs, and like I said, if you go by the store and pick you up one of those great big old bags of chicken quarters, you got all legs and got all thighs, and that's perfect to do this with. And I know the price on those have probably even went up. And what are they, like $6 for a whole great big bag of chicken legs and thighs? You can't beat that. That'll feed a whole house full of people. Listen to those acorns falling. Shelly says, I want some Huli Huli chicken. Yeah, I love corn, especially when it's fixed on the grill. Time we bring back slavery and make America great again? Well, we don't need slavery. But I'm afraid that the Americans, the white people, are going to be the slaves if that ever happens again. It's not going to be the blacks. It's going to be the white people. Yeah, we'll just get it off of the flame a little bit to the side, because it's hot enough in there it should cook it. It's 300 degrees in this grill right now, because I got thermostat right here. What is Huli Huli chicken? It's Huli Huli chicken. It's a Hawaiian recipe native Hawaiian. It started back in 1955. And you make the sauce yourself. I gave the recipe for the sauce in the beginning of the live, and I can give it again at the end. You use chicken thighs. Well, I only had leg quarters, so I used 3 chicken legs and 3 thighs. So that gave me 6 pieces of chicken, which they're pretty big sized chickens. And you can go to like places like Walmart, if you have a Walmart Supercenter, and get a great big bag of leg quarters. And oh my God, you could fix enough of this chicken for the whole family if you got 4 or 5 people in the family. They'd have 2 pieces of chicken apiece. But it's called Huli Huli chicken because Huli, and with this chicken, to keep it from burning, minutes. If you don't, it's going to burn. So you got to constantly check it and turn it. Woo! Just like that. That flame coming up there and trying to burn my chicken. So I've got it kind of to the side of the heat. And I got my corn up here on the top. April says roasted tear chicken. No, this isn't a roasted tear chicken, but roasted tear chickens are good too. Oh, yours takes charcoal? I used to have a charcoal grill, and I was always running out of charcoal. And then my first gas grill, I think I got with stamps. They weren't green stamps because they had already done away with those, but they were stamps for something else that I bought. And they gave you a book that you could redeem your stamps for whatever was in the book. And I redeemed it for a gas grill one time. I used that grill so much, I wore it out. In fact, it's the one back there that I painted and turned into a flower pot stand to where I could pot seeds and stuff, and I painted it. I did a video on it. And I've used an electric grill ever since. I bought another new one. It's in the shed. It's smaller than this. But then when I went to work at Lowe's, I was at one of the big company meetings, and I won the door prize. And my grill was the door prize. And they delivered it for me. So you can't beat that. This is like a $700 and some grill that I got for free. It was the door prize. First time I've ever won door prize in my whole life. Well, this one stays out here all the time. It's never moved. And when they delivered it, they thought I wanted it out in the yard. I said, no, I want it right here under my patio cover. So if I want to grill something and it's raining, I can still come out here and grill. They were people that were kind of weary about gas. And I guess they were afraid that the gas was going to blow up and catch the house on fire and mess up my porch top. But it don't bother me. I'm used to cooking with gas. My stove is gas. My furnace is gas. So I have no problem with it. Yeah, we all need to pray for Wilson's uncle. How old is his uncle, I'm wondering? Is he up there pretty good in years? Yeah, we love everybody here. I haven't tried baking bread or cookies or anything like that in it, but I've roasted a lot of chicken in this thing. 67, and see, that's too young. I mean, a lot of people will say, well, he's getting all up there, but 67 is really not that old nowadays. Because you expect to live to 90, 100 years old, you know, or I do. No, 67 is not. So my suggestion to you, if you're going to cook this chicken on your grill, after your grill gets hot, turn it on low, a low setting, and then turn your chicken quite a bit. And then if it flames up too much, like mine did, move your chicken off of the fire, you know, because I only got 2 burners going on this end. So I can move my chicken over to the right a little or the left a little bit and get it off of the flame itself, where it still gets the heat to cook, but it's not going to burn from the flames popping up. Just like it's doing right now. And it's 350 degrees in this thing. Can you believe it? Because it holds the heat in when I close the lid. But that's what I want it to do. I want it to cook my chicken so I can start basting it with my sauce and make it good. I mean, I'm sure it already tastes good because it marinated all night in that sauce. Yeah, I hope he does recover myself. Grandma Teresa said her apartment's all electric. And see, I'm so used to gas, I don't like electric. My mom always had electric stoves. And I cooked on it, but I didn't really like it because you got to wait a little bit for the burner to heat up, and then sometimes it gets too hot, and then you got to wait for it to cool down. And with gas, it's instant. You turn it down, it's down. You turn it up, it's up. And I'm used to that. I like the instant reaction to my stove, so I don't have to wait. Thank you, Donna. I didn't really need a shirt, but I said at the price, and it was the style I love, so I had to buy it. And one thing I forgot to do was spray the grill, but it's not sticking, so it's okay. He had heart surgery. Oh my goodness. So he's in a vet hospital then, right, Wilson? If he's a veteran, he's probably in Veterans Hospital somewhere there. Yes. Well, I hope he recovers. I really do. I didn't make any more tea. I had to settle with water. But I think the high today was supposed to be like 92, something like that. So that's not too bad. It's hot, but not real bad. I saw where Lucky is. Look right there in that chair. See him sitting in the chair? There are 2 of us Marines here now with me. Oh, really? Well, tell him I said hello. But Lucky's sitting in that chair right there, where he's sleeping in the chair. That's where he got to a while ago, and I didn't know where he went. I was looking around, and I didn't see him. He got up in that chair and curled up and went to sleep. I know he's never far away. He's usually pretty close. Just like Lucky. He's spread out on those rocks right out, or not rocks, but the blocks that I filled that square up with. There was a tree there. The tree died, and I burnt the stump out. And I had to fill it in with something, and I didn't have concrete, but I had those blocks. So I had just enough blocks with a couple of bricks to fill in that square. And I've left it that way ever since. I don't know what's wrong with the... It's not focusing too good, is it? Or it's showing too dark. There it is. Kind of lightened up and then it got dark again. Wilson has 2 Marines with him right now. Almost 400 degrees in here, y'all. Glad I'm not in no oven or inside no grill. It's getting there though. It's starting to get firm, so it's starting to cook a little bit. Need to turn my corn. Spicy rice that's in the house that's going to go with it. Yeah, I'm sure his uncle knows he's there. And that means a lot, you know. Was there some kind of complications with the heart surgery, or did he have problems with his heart and that's why he ended up in the hospital? Cindy's getting ready to fry up some potatoes. Got a hankering for some potatoes and eggs. Oh, that sounds good. I love fried potatoes and eggs. I can eat them any time of the day for any meal. I think I'm going to start basting my chicken here. Goodness. Smoke's making me cough, y'all. Well, I don't know how much more they got to do on that house next door. I know it's nowhere near completed yet. Even though they got the roof on and most of the siding and they got the windows in, they still got a lot to do. I know the inside is not completed done yet. And not even started on walls or anything inside. Yeah, I kind of feel fortunate that I'm in Texas. I had to fight the ants, but hey, I'm not dealing with the hurricane right now, thank God. We worry about tornadoes, hailstorms, and rainstorms with wind and all that, but not of the hurricanes. So, and I got my borax today. One of my subscribers sent me a message telling me that somebody told her to mix borax with half powdered sugar and put it out for your ants. And she said, it got rid of mine and I have no ants at my house. And she said she was skeptical of it in the beginning. She didn't think it would work. But she said it got rid of hers. The sugar attracts the ants and then they eat it and they get the borax with the sugar and that's what kills them. And she said they will take it to the nest and the queen will get it and it kills the queen. So I went around this morning, I mixed up a quart of it because I ordered it from Amazon. They delivered it this morning, which surprised me. And I mixed up a whole quart of it and went around with a little scoop and sprinkled it all around the edge of the house. I went around and put it on every ant hill I could find. I went all around the edge of my rock gardens, around these trees where I had big ant hills. So I'm hoping it's going to get rid of them. Linda Sachs works. It's true and good. Well, I got me some after she sent me that message. I don't remember the name of who sent it, but after I read that message, I went on Amazon last night and I ordered a 2-pound bag of it. And I filled up a quart jar, half with that borax and half with sugar, because that's all the sugar I had right now. I got to go buy a bag of sugar. And it got all, I had enough to sprinkle around on all the ant hills that I could find. Plus, I got a huge ant hill back here beside this tree. And I think that's what's been killing my plants in the pot. Because, the ants will sometimes get up in the pot and they'll kill your plants. Woo, that's hot. This stuff is not very thick, but I mixed it up just the way they said to do it. But then you're supposed to baste it every couple of minutes and turn it, so I guess by the time the chicken is done, you'll probably have used up all the sauce. I don't know. I'm going to have a gooey grill when I get through, that's for sure. corn is doing. I'm going to move it over here because I think it's probably cooked. I don't want it to burn. My uncle was a firefighter. Oh, a fighter pilot in Vietnam. My older brother was in the Army during the Vietnam War. He was over in Vietnam. He wasn't a pilot though. That's good you'll see. Yes, they do kill potted plants. It happened too. Yeah, I've been putting ant granules, sprinkling it around in the pots, and that took care of it for the most part. But the ants got into that pot there, and then I noticed the tree on the other side over there it's got a mound all halfway around the tree base. That's an ant hill. Millions of ants there, and I've just covered it good with borax. And there's an ant hill right in front of the pot on the other side. And I think it got in there and it killed part of my clematis that was going up the vine. But I've got my clematis growing back again, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. His last name was Todd too. Yeah, my oldest brother went to Vietnam, and at the same time he was in Vietnam, next to the younger brother, or he's older than me, but he was young, a year younger than my older brother, 2 years younger. He went to Germany, and they went in the service back during the time when they had a heavy draft, and they knew they were going to be drafted because everybody around them was already being drafted. So they went in and enlisted because that would be one way they could enlist into the branch of service they wanted to be in, which was the Army. So they enlisted in the Army. One went to Vietnam, the other went to Germany. And my brother Donnie that went to Germany, his wife went with him over there. The whole time he was in the service in Germany, she was with him. They rented an apartment outside the base, and that's where they lived. They didn't want to live on the base. But my other brother, my oldest one that went to Vietnam, his wife couldn't go over there, so that was during the war over there. Oh, wow, your uncle's got the Bronze Star and Medal of Honor. My daddy ended up with tons of medals from World War II. He was highly decorated. Y'all, I was going to sit down and chat with you, but this chicken demands your attention, so I can't go over there and sit down and forget about it. If I do, my chicken's going to burn. April's at the store. Well, I hope you're going to buy something good. No, it did though. I was about to think my internet had stopped. What you getting at the store, friend? Yeah, I just told her I hope she gets something good. Buy something good. I don't know what store you're at, the food store. Or if you're at the food store, get something good. And if you're at the other store, buy something pretty. Or in fact, just get something pretty good. How about that? Me being silly. You got to go later because your son's birthday is Thursday. Well, tell your son happy birthday. So you got to go to the store and pick up some stuff for your son. Oops, got distracted. Well, I don't know about you, Susan. Oh, I guess I got to baste it and turn it again. And I bet this sauce would be good on pork or beef, too. I started buying some little things for Christmas presents. Oh my goodness, I haven't even started thinking about Christmas yet. Of course, I don't buy a whole lot because I just buy for my granddaughter and my son, my daughter-in-law, and I guess they're two little boys now, since they think they call me their great-grandma, which I am, great-great-grandma. It makes me feel ancient. I'm doing my big things, but if hello, I didn't say he's getting one, so can I get in line in front of him then? Susan said, be right back, I need a drink. Yep, that's why I got this bottle of water out here. Standing over this grill, and it's hot out here, makes me thirsty. Even though it's pretty comfortable, I think, in the shade here. Grandma is getting ready to eat her dinner. Well, I bet you got something good, too, for dinner. You know, this chicken would probably do real good on charcoal, because with the charcoal, you let the flames burn down and just till the coals are burning, and then you cook over your coals. And this would be great for charcoal, I think. Even though I've got my burners down real low, but I don't think they go low enough for this. Got it almost as low as it'll go. It does need to cook a little bit more. I don't like my chicken to be red inside or pink. I like for it to be cooked all the way down to the bone. My fur babies are just dead to the world. Little Buddy's still in the chair, and there's Lucky spread out. If you, the way I've been fixing their food, they eat every bit of it I put out. I mean, I come out about an hour or so later, their bowls are clean. I put a little bit of their dry food in the bottom of their bowl, and then I get the can of cat food. It's usually the meat with gravy, so it's kind of soupy, and they love it. And I'll put that on top of the dry food, and then add just a tiny bit of water to that, wash out the can with water, and pour half of it in each little bowl. So by the time they eat the canned food at the top, and they get down to the dry food, it's already soaked in all of the juice from that canned food that was there into that dry food, and they eat every bit of it. They love it that way. And I got the idea from somebody on YouTube said that he found a trick feeding their cats. I think it was on TikTok. I come across this video where this guy said that he knew the recipe to feed the cat. He said you put their dry food in a bowl, put just enough water in there to cover it a little bit. Just leave it in there for a minute or two and then drain the water out. And he said his cat loves it that way because it softens it just a tiny bit. But they love the liquid. They slurp up the liquid right along with their food when they eat it the way I fix it for them. As long as they're happy, I will continue doing it. We got Alfonso in the house. I caught some of his live. Yeah, those are nice trains that Alfonso has. I caught part of his live last night, but I couldn't stay because, not through the whole thing, because I had so much to do. I had videos to edit. I had a bunch of stuff to do. And if any of you caught the video that I posted this morning, that's my dessert in the house. I got pumpkin spice cinnamon buns for dessert after this chicken. I ate one of them for breakfast too already, so it was good with coffee. Your cars are picky. Oh, your cats are picky. Mine are too, but the way I fix their food, they love it. They'll eat every bit of it, but they will not eat anything from the table. And I keep them a bowl of water out here on this little porch, so they have water all day if they need water. Oh, this is looking so good, y'all. See, that's why it's Huli Huli chicken. You got to keep turning it. You got to keep turning it, and you got to keep basting it. That handle's hot, so. Off. You can put it in some. Let it cook on that side a little bit, and I think it'll be almost ready to come out of it. We've got Donna in the house. Hi, Donna. Somebody riding by on a little scooter. But it's still a beautiful day. But you know what? I wouldn't take anything in the world for my trees. And I know I've lost my cedar tree on the other side of the house. It's just a matter of time before it falls down. I'm going to have to cut it up and burn it. And I got a tree limb over here that's down that way, but it's propped up in the tree, and I'm not going up there to get it down. It'll eventually rot and fall. Hopefully I won't be under it when it falls. Y'all, this chicken is looking so good. But you do have to turn it and baste it every once in a while. Constantly. You know, it's funny because it'd almost trick you. All that sauce that drips down between the grates off the chicken and it hits the hot flames and stuff, it burns immediately. And it almost makes you think your chicken is burning, and it's not. It's the sauce that drips down in there that's burning. I can't see the clock on either one of these things. I don't know how long it's been cooking. Hour and 24 minutes is what the live is. So it's probably been cooking for a little over an hour because the grill had to heat up a little. And it wasn't quite hot when I put the chicken on it. Not as hot as it should be anyway. I try to keep extra. Yeah, me too. I mean, like I said, my freezer's full, the big freezer's full, the freezer to the refrigerator's full, my cabinets are full. I've got totes full of boxed and canned food that my subscribers sent me, which I'm so appreciative of because I would never have had all that if they had not sent it to me. I just don't have much room. You know, I don't have many cabinets in my kitchen, so I don't have much room there to put anything. But what cabinets are there is crammed full. And the way all this disaster is going on, you don't know what's going to take place with the stores or anything else. Move this back over here a little bit now. Turn this other burner on because I want this side to get hot. To burn all that stuff on the grate. Because I'm about ready to pull my chicken off. Don't that look good, y'all? Can you even see it? I guess I shouldn't have moved it over there when I did, because it's sticking to that side now. Whew. I'm going to take this hot pot in the house, cover that so the bugs can't get in it. I almost got you, little buddy. I almost got you. Close that, and all of that stuff will burn off of that burner. Watch out, little buddy. Little buddy went in because he thinks he's going to get treats if he's inside. Whew. So I knew I better keep my glove out because that is hot. Then I'll come back and get the camera. So, now I can move this inside. Hopefully I won't make you dizzy getting there. It is cooler inside. Look at this, at my two fur babies. Lucky loves to lay at the door, and he peeks in every time I open it. Isn't he something? He's sniffing inside. Whew. And there's little buddy. He thinks if he comes in, he's going to get some treats. I'll probably give him something to eat in a few minutes. Oh my goodness. It's good to get in here where it's cool. See if I can get this thing positioned. Oh, goodness gracious. I gotta sit down and cool off. Now, now, how many of you think you're gonna cook some of this Huli Huli chicken or try it? It's too hot right now for me to even think about tasting it, so I'm not gonna mess with it till it cools off a little bit. We got Blessed to Crochet. Hello. Glad to have you in my live. Yeah, I need to put my pumpkin outside, but I've been using it for a backup or back screen for my lives in here, so it works out pretty good. Usually for Halloween, I'll put a pumpkin or something in the end window facing the street. I don't know if I'll go elaborate and put pumpkins all out in the rock garden on the side of the street or not this year. I did one year. I called them my three amigos. I had 3 of them out there. Let me drop that thing down a little bit. It's a little bit too high. See, I had my computer set up. There. At least that gives you something to look at other than me. It gives you my pumpkin and my little scarecrow boy back there. Our water even got hot out there. We got Dennis in the house. Hi, Dennis. I see somebody else said something about Dennis, where are you? Oh, Dennis, where are you? We need you here, our friend. I don't know. I'm not sure where Dennis is. I thought you were saying something to him, so I thought he was in here already. But I guess maybe he didn't make it. I still don't like the way the camera's set up. I really don't. Try that. Leaning sideways. Little buddy's laying here on the floor beside me, beside my chair here, cooling off. That's a little bit better. At least it doesn't look like I'm looking down, because the camera was looking down at me. It's a little bit better because I'm reading the chat here in front of me. Comes in good, so I don't have to be right up there in front with my face and right in front of the camera. They got about 10 roasteteers going and cook chickens all day, and they sell whole Huli Huli chickens. Oh my God, that sounds good. So you don't even have to cook yours. You can go buy it already made right off the grill. How neat. Get about 10 of them going at one time, huh? Mine smells really good with that honey, and you put Worcestershire sauce and all kind of good stuff in that sauce. Ketchup. I don't think I left out anything when I went through the menu. I mean, the ingredients earlier. I hope I didn't. Yeah, I did everything except the green onions. I haven't been out in the garden to get green onions yet. Just the tops, you know. Donna said I smell it too. Oh, I'm finally cooling off a little bit. Yeah, he's probably busy with his grandkids. He may be fishing or something. I can imagine, because it's one of the most popular chickens for Hawaii is Huli Huli chicken. And I'm thinking that was the one that Kai told me about. He said, do you need to fix that? If it's not, if he sees this video, I'm sure he'll let me know that that's not the one. But I think this is the one he was talking about, because I looked it up on the internet to get the recipe for it after he told me, and then I couldn't find it. I didn't know where I put it, and then I forgot the name of it. So I went on the internet and I looked up for one of the most famous grilled chickens for Hawaii, and the Huli Huli chicken came up. And I said, well, this has got to be it. Yeah, exactly, because you put brown sugar, you put honey, all that good stuff in there. No, okay, well, there's another new one from Ireland. Welcome, Noel from Ireland. Or Noel, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I hope I'm close. I hope your internet is doing good. My laptop keeps, I had my laptop here on the table because this is where I edit my videos. It was buffering a lot. That thing, the wheel was just sitting there turning. Yep, we have Ireland in the house. Teriyaki chicken is good too. Yeah, well, this is similar because they said that the guy that came up with this recipe was famous for his teriyaki chicken, which this is real similar. I guess because of the ingredients you put in the sauce. But I have rice over here that I have cooked. And I haven't checked on it lately. It was already cooked when I went out. I hope I didn't burn my corn. I'm going to unroll one of them and see what I did to it. I probably butchered it. It's a little charred, but it'll be good. But I had to show you. Here's my dinner, y'all. My Huli Huli chicken, my seasoned rice, and my grilled corn on the cob, which is kind of brownish in places, but it's not really burnt, so it's going to be good too. I'm going to eat it anyway. There you go. But I've got to taste this chicken. The suspense is killing me, y'all. I have got to try this chicken, at least taste it. I'm not going to sit here and eat it all in front of you, but I got to taste it and let you know what I think. So let's get me some of it cut off of this bone. Dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat. Amen. But it looks good, y'all. I mean, I hope I left it on there long enough. I see what Kai was talking about, if this is the chicken he was talking about, because it's really good. That chicken is so tender. I guess it's from marinating it all night and then cooking it till it was almost done and then basting it constantly with the sauce. It's really good. Y'all do need to try it. And I'm going to cover it up because I'm not going to eat all that right now. And I got to get little buddy some treats before he goes crazy. Covered up because where I grilled out last week, and then today too, going in and out of the door all the time, my house is full of flies. Was this what you want? Is this what you want? Well, we need to go out there where Lucky is so we can give Lucky some too. Come on. Yeah, now they're both out there chowing down on their treats. They're happy kitties again. They got food. And this time it was the treats that they got. Whew. It is yummy. I can't wait just to dig into it, but it can wait a little bit. I can always heat it up if it gets too cold, but it needs to cool off. The chicken is hot. April says, I'm hungry. I'm going to make lunch. Well, this is my dinner because it's like 4:45 right now Central Time. So I'm not quite hungry enough to eat dinner, but that's going to be my dinner tonight. And I'm not complaining about it. It looks good. I thought the sauce when you made it would have come out a lot thicker. But it's kind of watery, the sauce is, by the time you get everything, all the ingredients mixed up in there. And I wished it was kind of a little bit thicker. I don't know, maybe I didn't cook the sauce long enough. Let's see. Because before you baste your chicken with it, you're supposed to, you're only supposed to simmer the marinade that you have off the chicken and what's left from what you mixed up. You're only supposed to simmer it for about 5 minutes. It says if you want thicker sauce, add more ketchup. Well, I added a ton of ketchup, but it didn't thicken it up. I think it just got looser. Yeah, and it says garnish it with sliced green onions. Or chopped green onions. You don't really slice a green onion, do you? Well, at the white end of it you do. Donna's eating leftover barbecue from yesterday. Well, I'll be eating barbecue chicken for a couple of days now, this Huli Huli chicken. I'll be eating that for several days. But like I said, I'm not going to complain about it. It's good, so I don't mind eating it for several days. What are you making for lunch, April? Enjoy your meal, ma'am. Well, I will, but I'm just not going to eat it right this minute. I don't like eating in front of everybody, for one. And I'm just not really ready for my dinner yet, so... You're making a veggie omelet. Yeah, I haven't had a veggie omelet in a long time. I probably need to fix one tomorrow morning, maybe. I usually like to put a little bit of bacon or sausage in mine, but I've eaten just the veggie omelets before. Potatoes, greens, onions, whatever I can find to throw in it, and it's real good. These flies, I wish they would just go find someplace else to be. This is the right time of the year that the flies here will drive you crazy. I don't know what it is about this time of year. The temperature cools off a little bit, and then all of a sudden, before cold weather hits, you're swarmed with flies. And all summer, you didn't even see a fly here. Pretty good cooler. Now autumn on, or fall as you guys call it. 10:40 p.m. in Ireland. Oh, wow. So you're like 5 hours ahead of us. Six hours. Flies and spiders try. Silent viewers, huh? Thank you for. Yeah, I show we've still got 39 people watching right now. Visiting hours are up, so I'm going back to my hotel room for tonight. Well, you have a good night, Wilson. And I'm just so sorry about your uncle. Oh, you know, it's terrible. But yeah, y'all are going to have to try this and let me know how yours turns out. I mean, this turned out really good. I probably could have left it on the grill for a little bit longer because I like my chicken really done. I mean, it's done. Don't get me wrong. It is really done. But it would not hurt for it to have been on there a few more minutes. $41 watching. I missed the taste test. You talking about me tasting my chicken? It was good, Susan. I mean, I'm going to eat it pretty soon, but it was good. Let me get another piece cut off. You take a bite, Susan. Won't that look good? I'll tell you what, it tastes so good. That's what you call finger licking good. You were number 2, thumbs up. I don't know, usually when I barbecue chicken like this and it's so good, I don't want to do anything but just eat it like it is. Just like my roast. I know it makes a fantastic soup. You know, there's a lot of, it makes a fantastic sandwich. But I love the roast itself with the potatoes and the onions and the carrots. And that's the way I ate every bit of it. It took me days to eat it, but that was my lunch, my dinner, almost my breakfast one morning. But I ate every bit of it just like it came out of the pan. I didn't do anything else to it. You have the same plates? Well, these are my everyday dishes. My good china's up top. I don't even know if I can reach one. Oh, I was trying to get it down. It's a little dusty. But this is my good china right here. It's got blue flowers on it, blue roses. And that's the dinner plate. I have the smaller plates, the saucers, the cups, the bowls, serving platter. I've got the whole set. And I hardly ever take it down because I usually use this good china for special occasions. And you can tell it hasn't been down in a while. It got a little bit dusty up there. But yeah, that's my good china right there. It's Imperial China. And it's got W. Dalton on the back of it. And then Seville, Seville. But that stuff is over 50 years old. I need to take it all down up there on that top shelf and wash all of it, clean the shelf, and then put everything back up there. Yeah, it'd be good on biscuits too, but I tell you, when it's that good, I don't like to do anything to it, but just eat it just like it is. I don't want to put it in anything. I don't want to put anything else on it. Now, I had to cover it up because I've got flies in the house, and I didn't want the flies to get on my food. I watched from the beginning. It looks delicious. Well, thank you, Blessed to Crochet. I've watched some of your crocheting videos, and you do such a good job. Oh, my gosh. I tried to do the scarf or the shawl, the wrap, whatever they call that. I got started, and then I kind of lost stitch, started again. I figured I was doing it wrong after I got like 4 or 5 rows, pulled it out, started again. Finally, I gave up. I said, I don't know if I'm doing right or not. I'll get back with it one of these days because I do like to crochet. I just don't do a whole lot of it since I've started my channel because I'm so busy out in the garden, taking care of the yard, taking care of the house, doing all this other stuff. I just don't get time to crochet very much. And with my allergies, it bothers me to crochet because I breathe that little bit of fuzz. So I can't do very much of it at one time either. But it's something I do like to do. My mom was really good at it. I don't really teach anybody how to crochet. We do a lot of focusing on connection. Yeah, but you have a good instructional video. I'm not familiar with a lot of the different stitches that you do with crocheting. So I have to stop the video and really see what you're doing and then start it again, stop it, start it. Well, you have a good channel. You got some good stuff on there. I was watching Farmer's Table with Jess. And she showed where she had crocheted one of those shawls, the wrap, and she did a really good job at it. But she said she started it and stopped, started, stopped, started and stopped, almost gave up, but she kept going and she finally got it finished. And she was the one that hooked me up with your channel because she put the link below her video. So I went to your channel to see that video on crocheting that shawl. I'm now in the taxi going back to the motel. Yeah, I'm a lefty, so everything that most people do crocheting is backwards to me. And that's why my mom, she was fantastic with crocheting. She made crochet bedspreads. Anything that you think of, she could make it with, crocheting. And she tried to show me. But my mom is right-handed. I'm left-handed. So everything she did was backwards to the way I had to do it. So it would get confusing to me. It was the one on the little wrap, the shawl thing. I even ordered the yarn to make it with. And I tried it with yarn that I had here, and it just wasn't doing real good. So I never even tried it with the yarn that I ordered. I ended up returning the yarn that I ordered because it was in like different colors. I think that shawl that you had made in that video was in like golds and browns and like a yellow or gold color. I think that was the colors of it. Well, thank you. I love watching your videos. I just don't get a whole lot of time to watch. I stay so busy. It seems like since I've started my channel and with the garden and everything else, I just don't have enough time to get everything done anymore. I went from having so much time on my hands I was bored to now I don't have any time to do anything. But I started watching one of your videos that you just recently put up on some Halloween stuff that you were crocheting. That looked kind of interesting too. And Susan and Connie, I think, are craft ladies. They do all kind of crafts and stuff. You still have a jacket that you made for yourself, Susan? Connie used to decorate the teddy bears and set them in wicker chairs. I know, I think everybody's internet's having a problem because of that hurricane. Like I said, where my family's at, my niece in South Carolina, my brothers in North Carolina with my nieces, nephews, sister-in-laws, and then my other brother that's in Tennessee, Mountain City, Tennessee, they all are without power. They've been out of power since Friday morning at 5 a.m. And they have no internet service at their house right now. No cell phone, nothing. They were at Lowe's waiting for the truck to come in to bring in a load of generators when they posted messages on Facebook. And my one brother sent me a message, through the phone to let me know that he was okay. He said, I couldn't answer messages because I can't get messages. I said, I have to leave the house and go toward town to even get service. But, you know, at least I know they're okay. They're out of power. They got generators, or they were there to get generators. They should have already had one, but they may have went to get another one. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. You can't do a thing except wait. This water has to go away. Everything's got to dry out before anybody can get in there to do anything. Most of the roads right now are impassable. The bridges are out. Roads have washed out completely. The pavement is gone. Hi, Ruby. Welcome to my live. Yeah, I was telling my brother, because I know he can't get out. He doesn't see what's going on around the world right now. He doesn't know what all of Tennessee looks like. He doesn't know what North Carolina or Georgia or any of the surrounding areas look like. So he doesn't have the full grasp of the situation, because he's like at home with no communication, you know. He can't even get on YouTube or the internet with his phone and find out what's going on. He's got to leave home to go toward Mountain City to even get service of any kind, to even know what's going on. So that makes it pretty bad. Life with Misty, hello, welcome to my chat. But I told him, I said, this is the worst. I said, I have never seen flooding and destruction so widespread from a hurricane like these last two hurricanes that we've had. I mean, that first hurricane hit the coast of North Carolina, you know, the East Coast, and it was devastated. Floods, houses totally destroyed. And then Helene came in and just wiped out inland areas. So the whole state of North Carolina is a disaster area. My weekend has been great, just worrying about some of my family, you know, but I feel better now since I've heard from all of them, and at least I know they're okay. Everything is flooded around them, but they're okay even though they don't have power. And I'm just wondering how long it's going to be before they do get power. It could be several weeks before they get power. You were right in the path, and then it curved, praying for all that affected. Yeah. And when I saw that Boone, North Carolina was underwater, and it's so close to Vale, North Carolina, where my ex-husband is from and where he lives now, I called him today. He said, yeah, he's fine. His house is not flooded. The house is elevated a little bit from the rest of the property around it. So no water, you know, flooded the yard or anything. But he said all around the surrounding area, it's all flooded. Because I knew if Boone was flooded, it's underwater. The whole city's underwater. I said, if it's that bad there, it's got to be bad where he's at. Again, he has no power, hasn't had any since Friday. But he does have cell phone service, which is good. But unless they get on their cells and they're able to get on YouTube or do searches on through the internet to bring up the destruction, they have no idea what's happening around them, how bad it is. And so many people have died. I mean, I opened one area where I was going to look at this video for flooding, and it said 53 dead. I went on to another one, 60-some people were dead. It's like, oh my gosh. And you know, Biden has already declared the whole state of North Carolina a disaster state. So hopefully they can get some kind of aid to people that need it. And we got Ann Watson in the house. Hi, Ann. I didn't realize you were in here. Are you doing okay today? Ann is dealing with a lot right now. I'm telling you, that poor lady, she is dealing with so much. Surgery after surgery and problems from the surgeries, and it's all, I just can't imagine. Shelley says that's her oldest daughter's name, Misty. Yeah, that's all you can do, Ann, is just try to deal with what life's handed you. And just hope for the best. I mean, hopefully you'll come out of this and you'll be okay in the end. Blessed to Crochet, her name is Mary. And I can't imagine, you know, there's so many homeless people out there in all the different states. Where did the homeless people go? What happened to them? You know? I mean, all they could try to do is get out of the path of the hurricane, but where were they going to go? Yeah, I still haven't got it in the mail, though. I've got it packaged up. And I started to go to the post office Friday. I went out there. I couldn't unlock the car. The key bobber was dead. So I took the key, unlocked the door, got in it, tried to start it. You know, I turned the key in the ignition. Deader than a doornail. It wouldn't do nothing. And I said, it can't be the battery, because I just replaced the battery in January of this year. Battery's not even a year old yet. So I called the insurance. They paid for a wrecker. They sent a wrecker out here. He could not load the car up. But he first asked me, he said, will it start? I said, no, that's what the problem is. I said, it won't start. And I said, I'm having a hard time believing that it's the battery, because I just replaced the battery in January. He said, well, I've got a portable thing that I can jump it off with. He said, let's see if it'll start. And then if it'll start, you'll be able to drive it out to the dealership and have them check it to see what's going on. So I said, okay, that'll be good. So he did. He started it, fired right up. So the battery was deader than a doornail. And it only, not even, 8 months old? Because this is still September. It's about 8 months old, that battery. And they're supposed to be good for like 7 years. And I've never had that happen before, except for when my battery went bad and I had to replace the battery. And that only happened once since I've had the car. But I took it, got out there, they checked it, and they didn't tell me anything at first. I sat in that waiting room at the dealership all afternoon. I was still there at about 5:30. And finally she come in there and she said, well, we got you all ready, Miss Hauser. She said it was the battery. We had to charge it up. It's got a full charge now, so it should be okay. She said you don't drive it enough to keep it charged up. Well, that's a bunch of bull, because I do. I mean, it stayed charged for all these years that I've owned the car, no problem, until the battery needed to be replaced. And then I put a new battery in it, and it lasted 8 months, and then it died on me. I think the battery wasn't probably fully charged when they put it in the car, was the problem. I know Connie said that she thought they leave a lot of those batteries on the shelf a long time without putting them in the car. Yeah, Ann's got a ring going to her, and who was the other one? Jana, I think. She's got a ring going to her. Yeah, Jana and Ann. Because I've got them packaged up right here. I just haven't been able to get to the post office. But tomorrow, if my car is willing, and it does start tomorrow morning, I will go to the post office. I know, but you know, my first battery lasted 6 or 7 years because I just replaced it. And so how old was it? My car is a 2018. I bought it in December of 2018. So it was right when the new ones came out. And I had to replace the battery in January. So what was that, 6 or 7 years? Oh, Lordy. Six years. That battery lasted, well, almost 7 years because it was the end of 2018 when I got it. So I think the first battery was good, and I never had any problem starting it that whole 6 years until the battery just went bad. And then I put the new battery in it in January, and it died on me after being in there for 8 months. But you know, I went into the Nissan dealership one time to have my tires checked because the air pressure light kept coming on, said check tires. And I took it out there and they checked. And he said, you don't drive this car enough. He said, you don't have enough miles on it. He said, these cars were made to drive. I thought to myself, well, I thought I drove pretty good. But they said I've only put 1,000 miles on it since January when I put the battery in there. They said that wasn't enough miles to keep my battery charged up. Well, it was for 6 years. I don't know why all of a sudden, since I got the new battery, that it's not. So, you tell me. Yeah, I'd like to see what Gladys sends you. And Wilson's back to the hotel, so he made it there okay. Batteries in Nevada last 2 years, 112 to 117. Well, I paid like $307 for that battery. It should be good for at least 6 or 7 years. I'd have to look at the paperwork, but it's still under warranty for the new car, you know, the new battery. So if it was the battery bad, they need to replace it, but they said it just needed to be charged up. And they told me if I had any more problem with it to let them know. I thought to myself, well, if I have any more problems with it, they're going to put another new battery in there, and they better make sure it's charged fully before they put it in my car. They only last 2 years because of the 112 and 117 degree temperatures. That's probably understandable. Oh, it feels so much better in the house to get away from that hot grill. I mean, it wasn't too bad out there, but there toward the last, I started to get pretty warm. No, they don't make cars or anything else the way they used to. They used to build them to last. I mean, Sears even built sewing machines to last forever. They built cars to last. But nowadays they don't. They don't want them to last because if your cars don't wear out and break down and you don't buy a new one, it puts the car business, you know, it puts them out of business. I don't know, Connie. But from what I understand, it was one of the more expensive batteries. So you would think it would have lasted longer than 8 or 9 months. But the good thing about it, it didn't cost me anything but except my time. They already paid for the tow truck before it even got here. Because he told me when he got ready to leave, he said, well, you're already paid up. He said the insurance company paid it before I even left, the place where he had the truck. And it didn't cost me anything at the dealership either. And even if they'd put a battery in it, it wouldn't have cost me anything because it was only 8, 9 months old. Oh no, that doesn't sound good, paws in the garden. You don't feel good? Might be coming down with something. And every time somebody mentions it's feeling bad, I think about flu shots. And I cannot remember to call Walgreens and set up me a time to go in and get my flu shot. Because now they want you to schedule it. I guess because they've got so many people coming in for COVID and flu and every other kind of shot that you have to go on their website and actually schedule your shot. And I probably need to schedule one for tomorrow if I haven't gotten it already. I don't know when the last shot I got was. But I don't know if I know good and well I haven't got my flu shot because I go usually the 1st of every September. When school starts is when I usually go into Walgreens and get my flu shot. Well, if you're already sick, then it probably wouldn't do any good to get a flu shot. And they don't want to give you a shot if you're already sick, so. But I started getting flu shots years ago before COVID even hit. Because I ended up with bronchitis and it turned into pneumonia. So I had to go in and get a pneumonia shot. And I started getting, well, they told me I didn't need the one pneumonia shot. I didn't need to come back and get another one. But I go in every year and I make sure I get a flu shot. Yeah, I'm not allergic to egg whites, so they don't bother me. I never knew that. I didn't know that the flu shot had a base of egg whites. See, I learn something every single day, y'all. And when I first called the number that I had to call for the insurance company to get a tow truck, I gave them the contract number of my extended car warranty, and they said they had no record of me. The dealership said they had no record of my warranty. So then they gave me another number to call. I called them, I gave them the contract number, and they didn't seem to have any problem. They sent the tow truck right out, paid for it before it even got here. Because they told me they paid the first $100 toward the tow truck. And I'm so close to the dealership, they never charge $100 or more. So I think their base rate is like $100, so the insurance paid it already. I said, I am so glad I took out that lifetime extended warranty because it's going to be worth its weight in gold. I'll never trade that car. Anytime it breaks down, they'll have to fix it, not charge me. Because when I took out the warranty, the lady the manager of the dealership that was there, she told me it doesn't matter how old that car gets. If the AC breaks down in it, we got to replace it for free. Same with heating. We'd have to replace it for free. So I said, that sounds good to me. Because I said the way the prices go up on repair bills for an automobile, I knew when I was completely retired and just on Social Security retirement that there's no way I could afford those repair bills. So while I was working, when I bought that car, I went ahead and took out that extra warranty that cost me several $1,000s to get. And it's going to be worth its weight in gold, I'll tell you. So what's everybody's plans for the rest of the day? You got any? Other than dinner plans, maybe? There's Wilson. Susan's got to lay out her pills. Well, like I said, I take pills at night, and it's vitamin pills. You know, I take one blood pressure pill, everything else is vitamins. And I do nasal sprays that are prescription for my allergies, and that's it. And this Frida Cassidy. Hello, Frida. Welcome to our live chat. Glad you could pop in. Oh, it never makes me sick. I mean, there was one time I think I got the flu shot. And I don't know if it was the same time basically that I got the COVID shot. But I kind of felt a little off that night. But the next day I was fine. So it never did really make me sick. Gladys, did you get a chance to see the cookie video that I did on the no-bake cookies? I was thinking of you when I did that video. I said, well, now this will be a cookie that your boys can make for you that's real easy, and they don't even have to bake it in the oven. And they're real good. I've only got 1 or 2 of them left because I've been eating like 1 or 2 cookies every day. Yeah, for some reason the chat disconnects, but it comes right back. So I don't know what's going on with the internet. Those no-bake cookies, oh, they're so good. Those are Depression era cookies, but I'm telling you what, they are some good cookies. They're like eating a candy bar. Well, I think I did it several days ago, but there is a video. It's not too long a video on no-bake cookies. Chocolate with oatmeal and stuff in them. Oh, they're so good, Gladys. You'll love them. And my recipe only makes 14 cookies. But I tell you what, they're worth making because they're really good. And I did add raisins to mine. You can add chopped nuts or anything like that to them if you want. But the basic recipe doesn't call for raisins or nuts. And they're still good cookies. You'll get one at a time this year. Well, I might can let you see one cookie. I think I've got maybe 2 or 3 cookies left in the bottom of the cookie jar. Yeah, I got 2 cookies down here in the bottom of my cookie jar. There's a cookie. And some people, when they make them, they're afraid they're not going to set up. And they're afraid the cookie's not going to stay together. But it does. You see right there. You have to leave them on that sheet until they completely set up. I left mine for about an hour till they completely cooled off and set up. And then you can pick them up and just put them in your cookie jar. And they're really good. I got a piece that was down in the jar. Yeah, ever since I did those cookies, that video, anytime I wanted something really sweet, I just go over there and grab me a cookie out of the cookie jar. You think your cable is off again? You're doing a cookie connection on your channel. What are you going to do? Have a lot of people come on there and all be cooking cookies, baking cookies or something? Keep the ants out of it too, yeah. Well, I took that borax and powdered sugar and mixed it together, and I went around today and put that stuff on every ant hill I could find. I know you love cookies, Gladys. And I was thinking of you when I did that video. And I said, oh my God, and Gladys is not, I don't know if she'll see this or not, but I said this would be a great cookie for her boys to make for her. Because they're so easy to make. And they came from the Depression era when they didn't have a lot of ingredients to make cookies. Because there's no flour in it at all. Yep, it's a good breakfast cookie. Exactly. It's full of oatmeal. And if individual channels do content want to do a video of them making the recipe you're talking about, if they can. Oh, really? They're all going to be doing the same cookie? Like an old-fashioned cookie exchange, but virtually. Yeah, that'd be neat. Because that's an easy cookie to make. You don't have to bake it. You have to heat it up in the pot on the stove. But that's all the cooking you do to it. You don't bake it at all. And this is real similar to an oatmeal raisin cookie. That's why I added raisins to mine. I just threw in a handful of raisins, and they're good. Just like an oatmeal raisin cookie, only it's got chocolate in it. And you just use the chocolate powder. I keep a container of that here for baking and making different things. So you don't melt chocolate, but you just put that chocolate powder in it. Yay, hog heads. You must be talking to Wilson, Donna. He's always coming up with something like hog heads, chicken feet, hog jowls, neck bones. Cocoa powder, yeah. I was calling it chocolate powder. It's cocoa powder. I always keep a container of it here because I'm using it quite a bit. Well, you'll have to let me know when it's going to be, Blessed to Crochet. I think my next cookies that I make are going to be peanut butter cookies. I haven't made peanut butter cookies in ages. So I'm due to make a peanut butter cookie. But you do have to bake them. And there's Nancy McKay. And I don't know what's going on with my cats, but I hear them like they're growling at one another or something. It was a stray cat coming up to check out their food bowls to see if they had any food left. I have to keep an eye on that stray cat because I don't want him coming up here and hanging around. And if there's any food left out there, he's right there. And he gets in a fight with little Buddy and Lucky, and I don't like that. Okay, thank you, Blessed to Crochet. Fix funnel cakes too. Coconut macaroons. Yeah, I got to come up with some pies and cookies and cakes and stuff because the holidays are here. You know, we got Halloween, we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, we got New Year's. So people are going to be having parties and gatherings and cookouts and all kind of stuff. So I need to come up with some dessert videos. Yeah, the good old chocolate chip you can't beat. I haven't either, Lance. It's been ages since I've had a peanut butter cookie. So I think I'm due to make some pretty soon. Yep, we got Halloween. We used to make lemon bars at Lakestone Terrace where I used to work. And the tenants always loved the lemon bars. They are pretty good. I don't think I've ever made any here at home, though. October must be cookie month. I don't know, but I just came across that recipe. And I said, well, I got to do these because they're easy. I don't have to heat the house up. So I said, I start out my dessert season with no-bake cookies. How's that? I love peanut brittle, but it don't love me because it's so hard to chew. I'm afraid I'm going to break my teeth. My dad loved peanut brittle. Oh my God, he loved peanut brittle. He'd rather have it than anything. And every once in a while, he'd come home with a box of peanut brittle. Take the plants back in. The plants back in. Oh, the plates. Yeah, I do. I usually bring their bowls back in the house if there's any food left in them. But I checked, and there was nothing in one, and there was only like a couple of pieces in the other one. But I guess I shouldn't leave even a couple of pieces out there. It'll attract that stray cat. Oh, date bars would be really good. Because I love dates, but I hardly ever get them. My grandmother had a fig tree, a date tree, and all that. I used to love to get the figs off of her tree. They were so good. The only thing I do for Halloween is I put my pumpkin up in the window. It's a big plastic pumpkin. It's the size of this one. It's a big one. It's probably every bit as big as this one behind me. But that's a real one. But the one I've got is a plastic one, and it's got the eyes and the nose, the mouth cut out. And it has a light in it. And I've had it ever since the kids were young. And I put it in the window every year. So it's inside. It's not out in the weather, but it does light up at night. And I put a black screen behind it. So at night, all you see is that jack-o'-lantern lit up. And it looks spooky. All of a sudden, you look over, and in pitch dark, there's this jack-o'-lantern there all lit up. Looks crazy. And sometimes I put the ghosts and different things in the window with it. I haven't thought about it yet. I don't know how I'm going to do it this year. And there's Betty Blue. Hi, Betty Blue. Glad you could make it. Nancy McKay. You miss barbecuing the chicken, so you'll have to just watch the rerun of this live to see all that. But there's my plate right there. That is my Huli Huli chicken with my rice and my grilled corn. That's my dinner tonight. My dinner tonight, my dinner tomorrow, my lunch tomorrow. God, I'll be eating chicken for days now. But that's okay because it's good. Yeah, you saw my pumpkin last year, didn't you, Gladys? Because I put it up in the window every year, whether I put anything with it or not. It's always up in the window, for Halloween anyway. We don't have trick-or-treaters that come around anymore. Parents have stopped letting kids go trick-or-treating because it's so dangerous. There's so many people that have been putting stuff in their candy. So they don't take them trick-or-treating unless it's to somebody's house that they know. And then they'll let the kids go to the door. But other than that, they stick with going to the carnivals and the list of businesses that are on the trick-or-treat list. They'll take the kids around to the different stores that participate to get candy and stuff. No, it's not safe. They put razor blades in apples. They put X-Lax in chocolate. Oh my God, the stuff they were doing was unreal. We always had a Halloween carnival here for the schools that all the kids went to. Had a dress up, a costume contest and all that kind of thing. They had different stands set up along the street so you could do different things to win prizes or buy different things. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, this world is going to pot when you can't even trust people to let kids go trick-or-treating because you don't know what they're going to be getting with their candy. Oh, that sounds good, April. Chocolate-covered chunks of coconut. That sounds real good. How about black candies and crosses in your front yard? No, I don't think so, Wilson. Yeah, it is a Santana holiday. And a friend of mine was going to get married on Halloween. And I thought to myself, why would you want to get married on Halloween? She was going to dress up like Elvira. And she wanted her fiance to dress up like Dracula. But they changed their mind. They got married in October, but it wasn't on Halloween. So they didn't dress up like that after all. She would have made a good Elvira because she had really long black natural hair. And she was real thin, so she would have looked good as a Elvira. But I don't think I'd want to dress up like Elvira to get married. Napoleon cookies are made with phyllo dough, lots of butter, and flavored layer. Yeah. I've never made Napoleon cookies before. I've made the coconut. I've made chocolate chip. I've made the oatmeal cookies, the peanut butter cookies. sugar cookies. I made candy cane cookies one year for the kids when I was room mother, because I took it to their Christmas party. So they all had candy cane cookies, which they loved. But I haven't made any since then. Time to turn on Hocus Pocus movie. Who does what, Betty Blue? Our bakery makes butter rolls here. They are very buttery, I bet. Usually anything you get from the bakery is real good. 24 hours to get made, freezing in between each layer. Labor of love. Yeah, that's why I haven't made any. If it's that time influenced and that much work that goes into it, usually I don't try to make them. I think the most labor intense cookie that I ever made was the candy cane cookies that I did, because you had to roll each separate. 50% of the dough was done with red food coloring and the other part was just white, and you had to get a certain amount, roll it out, stretch it out, and do the red one the same way, and then twist it together and then shape it like a candy cane. But when I got the kids' reaction to the candy cane cookies, it was worth the labor that went into making them. I bet they do melt in your mouth, Connie. We still have some small old-time family bakeries here. And those are usually the best, too. I mean, all these bakeries do a great job. I just don't go to them because that would encourage me to eat so many more sweets than what I eat already. You love maple donuts? Donna says her pants are getting tighter just thinking about all the goodies. Yeah, I can just feel the weight jumping on my hips. Where's my cough drops? Breathing too much air that's full of stuff I'm allergic to when I'm talking like this. Wilson's just waiting to watch some TV for tonight. I'll probably eat me some dinner, or eat my dinner since I've got it cooked. And then I'm going to go over there and clean up my mess, which most of it is already cleaned up. That's the good thing about cleaning as you go. You don't have a kitchen full of dirty stuff at the end. So I'll be able to eat my dinner, wash up a couple of dishes that's left and needs to be washed. And then I can go sit on the couch, put my feet up, and find a movie to watch. And just relax a little bit. I don't know. I haven't seen him in chat lately. Well, Alex 99 must be a new, because first time I've ever seen your name come up in my chat. But welcome. I welcome all my new subscribers. What part of what part of the country are you in, Alex 99? FX or LX, whatever that is. Oh, really, April? Maui has the only Krispy Kreme donut place in the state of Hawaii. And you never go there. Well, every time I go out to town, I pass by a donut shop. There's a donut shop right after I get out on 144 that's on the right. So I pass going out, I pass it coming in. I never pull in. Because, oh my God, I could just feel the pounds going on my hips if I made a habit of stopping at that donut shop. When you get them, don't you pull and whip sugar to create a little nest and place on top of the... I have no idea. I've never gotten Napoleons before. You're going to be crocheting the rest of the evening? Well, you do a fantastic job, Blessed to Crochet. You do a beautiful job with your crocheting. Yeah, I know. We need to get off of here. We've been on here for, what, almost 3 hours now. I lose track of the time when I get to talking with everybody. I start chatting and reading the chat, and time just gets away from me. Meant nest good for wedding receptions. Yeah, I guess so. Well, y'all, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out, putting up with my live today, watching me cook chicken on the grill. You probably could have found a lot better things to do with your time, but I'm so glad you watched my video. You came into my live, you chatted with me, you chatted with everybody else, and I think we had a good time, or I did anyway. It's raining there, Grandma Teresa? Well, we haven't had any rain here in over a week, and it doesn't look like we got any coming anytime soon. But at least it's not 100 degrees outside. So the plants in my garden look pretty good. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to get off of here. Let y'all get back to your busy day. I know every one of you got things to do other than just being in my live. I could keep you here all night. Because I don't have anything to do, basically, except eat dinner and just clean up what little bit of stuff I got left here, and that's it. Wilson says, I'll be returning back to Texas on Wednesday. Well, good deal. Yep, y'all have a fabulous night. Have a fabulous week. Have a good day tomorrow. Stay safe. All of you that are in these hurricane path areas that have all this destruction, please stay safe. Look out for your neighbors. And I'm swatting flies. And I'll see you on my next one, okay? Let me get over here, get to the phone, or get to the camera to where I can turn it off. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now. Love y'all.